This is Jungle King 007 back this time with a product video. As you can see here, I was recently given this air compressor for my birthday from my wife. She saw me eyeing it for the last couple months. I've been doing a lot of reading on getting an air compressor, and as far as looking at ones that are decent capacity and decent horsepower. Usually you don't look at the horsepower, more of the CFM ratings and whatnot, but for the price and how it's supposed to perform, I kind of just was looking at this one. Wanted to do a first startup video. This I haven't done anything literally to it except for number one thing everybody does is changes out that filter, because it's this little dinky insert foam thing. This right here is a 1/2 inch NPT thread. I just got an elbow and then stepped it up to a cone filter I had lying around. Want to use that rather than this thing so I can get better air. Right down here I installed a ball valve, just turn on and off. I will be putting an air chuck on here. The ones I got are these Huskies. You can find at your local hardware store. I think Home Depot is the only one that has them in my area. But these are high flow, a little bit bigger inside diameter, so you get better airflow. 3/8 by 50 foot Flexilla hose. Just wanted to throw this out here real quick. I haven't even put the oil in, but what first I'm going to do is actually run some oil through. A lot of people are saying that before startup there's a lot of metal shavings inside the little compressor piston area, and I want to get all those out before I run it for 30 minutes like the instruction says. Figured I'd show you real quick. I was going to drain through the oil that came with it. I did get some semi-synthetic I'm going to put in afterwards. I do have some conventional air compressor oil that I'm going to use as the break-in area. So let me put this guy on the stand and I will pull that plug, as you can see, which is right here. Alright, so let's go ahead and take off this cap here. This is actually just a breather cap, so you can pour the oil in. This right here, I think I measured it out. I've seen, apparently there were some that had just some Phillips head screws. Apparently they've updated and now there is a hex bolt. It is a 10mm, is what I got. We're going to go ahead and remove this. Actually, I'm going to put my... And there's a little bit of oil in here. We'll let that drain out. And set there. There we go. Set that there. Yeah, it is starting to, it's looking a little gray, which definitely means there's some shavings and whatnot that they've left in there. And that is a small hole that this is going out, and this is some decent viscosity oil that we're putting in here, so it will drain a bit slowly. Let me go ahead and plug that for a second. I can take this away. As you can see, that stuff's pretty dark. Some of the new stuff's actually started, let's see, there it is, yeah. Some of the new stuff started getting in there, so it's a little diluted, but you can definitely tell there's some dark bits in there, which is in the manufacturing process, they didn't clean this out. So this is one of the reasons why some actually say pour some through, just to get those metal shavings out before you run the break-in process. So I'm actually going to go ahead and finish doing that, and we will come back for the startup. Alright, I finished draining it. Wanted to show you what came out. That stuff's some really dark. I got a lot of metal shavings in it. Actually, I don't know if you can see it, but I actually put two different oils in here. The top stuff I believe is the Harbor Freight stuff. The stuff at the bottom, I was using, it's a Husky brand, just regular compressor oil, and you can definitely see the difference in viscosity here. I actually ran the Husky stuff first, and the stuff on top is the Harbor Freight, what came with the unit. So if that doesn't tell you much, I don't know what will. So let's actually put some, I'm going to use the Husky, it's actually the standard stuff, not their synthetic blend, to break it in. So I'm going to put that in there now so I can then start it up. As you can see, I'm going to use this stuff rather than the Harbor Freight stuff, because that thinner stuff was kind of scaring me a bit. Now, It does say, did you add compressor oil? Or stock oil required, at least here, before you even pull this, so obviously I did. Let's take this off, because it's keeping the start switch from actuating. There we go. Now, I got a ball valve, so I'm going to open that. And let's see how loud it is. This is the first time I'm starting it up. Now that we can hear again, obviously let the air drain. Now it does say let it sit for about 10 minutes. That's what I'm going to do. So the magic of editing, you will probably see me begin to pull the drain plug out. So let's see what this stuff looks like now. Still gray. It's a lot darker though. Definitely knocked some stuff loose. Look how black that is. That's just from running it for 30 minutes. I'm also wondering if that's actually 5 or so ounces. Hopefully I put enough in there. Let me go measure it. Alright, yes, I know this is a baby bottle, but it has fluid ounces on it, so actually it looks like I put 7 in there. But God, look how dark that is. I'm going to want to run some more through that, maybe run it for another 10 minutes or so, and then dump out. Hopefully I've got enough oil to do this. Alright, I want to see how fast it will reach the 125 max PSI. Let's go ahead, and I think I need to shut this off. Yeah, okay, so that's off. This is on. Right at 4 minutes, wow. And it is dead on right at 125. Alright, let's go ahead and pull the drain plug one more time. Let's see what that stuff looks like. So I'm actually pretty much out of the stuff I was using to break this in. A lot of that is a synthetic stuff. I don't want to really waste that, even though it was like $5 for a 16-ounce bottle. Some people say, okay, that's not bad, but some others, like me, don't really want to waste that kind of stuff. So let's check this out. Well, that's not too bad. Still a bit darker than what went in, at least. I also was noting, as I was decompressing this thing, there was actually moisture coming out of the little adapter I threw into the coupler. Probably be a good idea, and I don't have one now, but definitely get a filter, one of those inline filter assemblies, and put that on the end, just to make sure you don't get too much moisture in your lines or whatever you're using. If you're going to be using this for some air compressor tools, obviously like an impact wrench or a ratchet or something like that, you don't really want to get moisture into those, so it's a good idea to have an inline filter. What I'm probably going to do later on is remove the regulator that's on this and put one of those filter regulator combos that's all one unit, or at least get a different regulator and then a standalone inline air filter. Everything I've seen on this thing is 1/4 inch, but I'm going to try my best. I'd like to be able to upgrade that to something a little bit bigger, like a 3/8, so that I can get better airflow. That'll also give you a little bit more of a capacity on that type of the air pressure or volume, I should say. Eventually what I might do is add a standalone tank, probably hook it up inline, because like I said, this thing's going to be in the corner, and I may mount that to the wall and then run a line to it, so that not only is it filling this tank, it's filling that tank, so I have more volume. That's stuff down the road. I don't have the money at the moment to do that, but I was able to get this and some of the other components. So it looks like it's pretty much done draining. That stuff's still pretty dark. I mean, it's better than it was, but I'll just throw the synthetic stuff in there. I'll run it for a while and then I'll probably drain it again. I know I'm not going to be using this very often, but it's still a good idea to change the oil every couple months, even with you using it, especially if you're in a high humid environment. These breathers, this isn't going to be a sealed container. These breathers are allowing air to and moisture and whatnot to escape, but that also does mean moisture can get in here. So it'd be a good idea still to change out the fluid in here so it doesn't deteriorate over time. And obviously I just put that plug back in without putting oil in it. Stupid me, I'm probably going to forget. So let me go ahead and do that now. Pull that off. Got some nice Husky synthetic blend. There's probably some other stuff out there. I've seen some guys using some even more expensive stuff. Like I said, this is I think $5 for a 16-ounce bottle. I think I was seeing one guy who was using Royal Purple, which, well, nice to use. I'm not wanting to spend 20 bucks on a small container of oil for this thing. That is good enough for me. We'll leave it right at that, and we'll put that cap back on. It's really cool to have. It's another one of those finds at Harbor Freight. Things are, I think, for a set of 4 of various sizes, it's like $1 or something like that. Those are good to have around. But figured I'd show you all this. I know there's a lot of videos of these out there, but you know, they keep changing things on them. I might as well keep help with updating those videos out there. I mean, everything else pretty much speaks for itself. Just get on the website, take a look at it for yourself. Hopefully this video was helpful in possibly helping you make the purchase, or not. It's up to you. This is Jungle King W7. Have a nice day.